Amitabh Tiwari, it is quite clear, and I've spoken to very senior BJP leaders, that there is no plan afoot at this moment to change the UP CM. They think he's the best man for the job. Despite that, you've got all these theories. Akhilesh Yadav tweeted, "Aapka gussa aage hai ya piche hai?" You know, is it towards the opposition benches? Are you upset with those in the treasury benches who are not supporting you? They're looking at the body language. Unka gussa dekho. He doesn't look in charge. You know, he's having to take his decisions back. This is not the same CM. All kinds of things are doing the rounds. It used to happen in the Vajpayee era. You know, you used to have a field day, all kinds of panditry. That level of speculation and panditry just came apart during the first 10 years of the Modi government. Now, in the manner in which it is resurfacing, how do you square that with the PSC data, the first set of questions I just ran?
See, if you see whether the BJP will replace Yogi or not, 42% of the overall respondents are saying yes. But if you see the NDA voters, 2/3 of NDA voters are saying yes, and there is a discussion about it, but it's not yet certain. So 2/3 of the NDA voters are accepting that there is some sort of a cloud over Yogi's leadership. Of course, it could be a narrative, it could be media bites, which various factions are giving. If you see, the first question as to why BJP did so badly, I've always believed that the most important reason has been the selection of candidates, and that's what is coming out. 30% of NDA respondents are saying selection of candidates. All India level, BJP replaced more than 40% of its MPs, but in UP, it did not even replace 20% of its MPs, and that is what made the election local. And one more fascinating data which is coming out is, what damaged BJP more? If you see that, most of us believe that the argument or the statements about change of constitution led to the defeat. Whereas even amongst NDA voters, the bread and butter issue of unemployment and price rise comes as the number one. So it was unemployment and price rise number one, along with the change of constitution statement, which damaged BJP not only in UP overall, but also in Ayodhya. And the last point I want to make is that who's responsible? Now, clearly the MY Jodi is responsible as per the respondents. 50% of the respondents blame Modi Yogi Jodi or the central and the state leadership for the loss in UP. So now state elections are still some 2.5, 3 years away. But if you are on the back foot, all these things automatically...
Okay. No, Rajat Sethi, there was a time not long ago where if Delhi or Lucknow said, shh, everybody would go khamosh. Now they're constantly telling their allies, their own MLAs, their MPs to stay silent. It's not working. Ajay Alok says it's a narrative. This is just narrative bazi. Part of it is narrative bazi. But then there is enough smoke there for people, the citizens, and for the likes of Ghanshyam, the likes of Akhilesh Yadav to say, boss, all is not well in Lucknow.
No, you're right, Rahul. I think voters typically, they very quickly pick up these signals when there is sort of a political storm, and no political storms are created in a teacup. This is big enough a storm. It's not just narrative, it has gone beyond narrative. And I think the solution to a problem starts with first realizing that, yes, there is a problem. For 10 years, there was a model of governance which was initiated by the Prime Minister because he believed in a strong centralization where he could deliver on the promises that he has made to the electorate. And public loved it. And they still continue to love that model. What happened was that every chief minister in every other state started mirroring that model of governance, wherein the political stakeholders in a state were slightly put to the margins and the bureaucrats were brought in order to centralize power. That actually led into the same sort of governance spread out in every other state where BJP was in pool. In some state it was small in size and you could effectively run that centralized model, but certain states were big enough where the cracks in the overall equation would have come up to the surface. And I believe in Uttar Pradesh, for a fairly long time, there was bureaucratization of the core politics there. When bureaucrats become all the more powerful, where ministers do not have enough power to take care of their constituents, it the momentum is lost. They tend to lose interest in the overall
Ajay Alok, you
power
want to
equation
respond?
or the
आपने इतना
political
टाइम
equation.
किसी को बोलने का मौका नहीं दिया, मौका मिला, अब सब बोल रहे हैं. That's the problem. Because bureaucrats ran the show, politicians and ministers felt they were disenfranchised. Now they have a chance. It's free for all.
So everybody should speak, no? Good for the democracy.
No, but
and good for our learning curve.
But your government is looking like it's not fully in control.
Rahul, let me tell you one thing.
No,
First of all, what result will you say this? What is it this result means? It's a pro-incumbency or it's an anti-incumbency? It's a pro-incumbency election. That means majority of the people of this country believe in the Prime Minister. We are talking of UP results, but we are not thinking one thing. In 13 states, Congress has not won a single. Where we suffered losses. If you analyze the terms of loss, it's UP, it's Bengal, where we were anticipating more, but we came down, and it's Rajasthan and Maharashtra. 4 states we suffered loss. We are trying to figure it out how the losses went. But what about the rest of the country? Don't forget that in spite of all these kind of narratives that Samvidhan khatam ho jayega, Arakshan khatam ho jayega, Modi aa jayenge, quoting every ill things about the BJP, they managed to stuck a narrative. That's what today Yogi Adityanath said, ki ek kaat ki handi bar bar nahi chadegi. Now we are trying.
Sharad Pradhan.
Now after 2 years, when we go into election, and nothing of this narrative is going to happen, and Prime Minister
but you don't know
that.
But you don't know that there could be another narrative. You're saying that this kind of a narrative won't
When you
be
are saying that we used to be the champion
of
of narrative, we won't let them fix the narrative this time. This is for sure.
How do you know that?
This is for
Boss,
sure. We are working on that.
Narrative is like a genie. Once it's out of the bottle, you don't know.
Right now, on sitting on your channel, the narrative is being made that the BJP has lost. The fact is, we are in the absolute majority.
We're only dealing with Uttar Pradesh at this moment, and we're dealing with the allied trouble that you're having.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Even in Uttar Pradesh, we are in absolute majority with allies. Allies realizes this.
Okay.
That we have to go into election together.
Different ways of looking at it. Ajay Alok has a point.
Yes.
One, they're still in power. No matter how much Ghanshyam Tiwari and his party in the opposition dances, they're still dancing on the opposition benches. They're in power, and that's a good place to be in politics. Point number 2.
Yeah.
In earlier avatars, the BJP could control the narrative. For some reason, the narrative now seems to have slipped out of their control. Their own allies, ministers, MLAs, state party chief, they're all speaking out, and it's appearing chaotic, which is the way Indian politics usually is, except it hasn't been like that for the last 10 years. What are you making of the state of play?
Well, Rahul, the answer is very simple. Obviously, there is some green signal from somewhere, which means the Delhi Darbar of the BJP. Otherwise, this would not be happening. Whether it's the allies or the leaders within the party.
Now you are doing Aag Mein Ghee. Now you are doing Aag Mein Ghee.
When he has not done it.
No. It's simple as that. As simple as that. I don't know. One has to be politically naive not to understand this. And to believe that all is well within the UP BJP, that would be like a joke after all this. And everybody, when they talk of bureaucrats, blaming it on bureaucrats, it has happened through the decades. When you blame bureaucrats, your target is the chief minister. And in this case too, it is as simple as that, and very easily intelligible to anybody who knows Uttar Pradesh, that they are targeting Yogi Adityanath and none.
No, but there is no evidence to back that. There is no evidence at this moment to back that charge.
Because attacking bureaucrats is absolute nonsense. Because that is only to pass the buck, so that you don't have to directly attack the chief minister. So, because everything, whoever is sitting in power, the bureaucrats have to follow whatever.
Ajay Alok, respond to this. This is what.
Ajay Alok will obviously defend, because his job is to defend.
Sure.
So, anything that the party does, and his job is to also defend the prime minister, so that the blame is not for the defeat. If Modi is responsible for winning all the states, as he said, all those states where they have done very well, then why should Modi not take the blame?
Sharad Pradhan is saying on television what is otherwise discussed off camera. The charge is that there is some hari-handi from someone in Delhi, which is why these allies are dancing in the way that they are, which is why they are saying what they are. Without some kind of a green signal, they dare not do this.
Sharad Pradhan is entitled to say what he wants to say, and he has been saying it for the long time. But by merely thinking that there is a chaos, there is a mess in BJP, the BJP does not believe in chaos and mess. So it's our problem, it's our house. So we know how to set the house in order. We don't need preachings, and we don't need lectures from outside that how our house should be in order. Like you remember 2017, it took us 19-20 days to select the CM. Then there was chaos. Why so delay? Why so delay? Whom they want to put some puppet, this and that. Now Delhi green signal to disturb Yogi. Why all this chaos? Yogi is still the chief minister. He's still the sitting chief minister and the state is doing very nice. We are एक झटका क्या लगा? सब हमें ज्ञान देना शुरू कर दिए.
वो तो क्रिकेट में भी होता है.
वो क्रिकेट में भी
रोहित
होता है.
शर्मा,
Every day is not
विराट
Sunday.
कोहली, they all
Every
take
day-
ज्ञान.
every
The
day is
moment
not
they
Sunday.
don't score a century, everybody thinks he wants to
Every day
advise
is
the
not a
captain.
Sunday. Every day is not a Sunday.
Mr.
And
Ajay,
remember,
ज्ञान
we are
अंदर
a
से
constant
दिया जा रहा है,
player.
बाहर से नहीं दिया जा रहा.
We are a constant player.
No, but Sharad Pradhan is saying the gyan is coming from your allies and your own partners. It's not
Good
coming from
enough.
outside.
Good enough. We are democratic enough to take gyan. We are not the one who is sitting in Tenjanpath and does not take gyan from anyone.
No,
Only
this
takes
charge,
tips.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, that it's happening from Delhi, green signal. This is all political.
Ghanshyam Tiwari does not take
kite
gyan
flying.
from Rahul Gandhi, who recently said that if Congress comes to power, we'll place a Muslim chief minister in UP.
Who does he take gyan from?
He doesn't take gyan from
He doesn't
Congress.
take gyan.
Amitabh said something interesting. He said MY model, Modi Yogi model. So Mr. Modi thinks it's MY model. Mr. Amit Shah says it's MAY model, May model. But people are saying it's a YAM model, YAM. Yogi, Amit Shah and Modi. It's doomed to fail. The verdict is that you cannot escape the fact that every day, you pick up the newspaper, every day the BJP graph is getting punctured further. They came up with, what's their desperation? Their desperation
No,
is
but
to
how do
somehow
you?
build-
We
build
will
a-
know when the bypolls happen whether that's true or not. Right now, that's just your charge.
The whole
What looks like desperate to you?
The whole diabolical idea that in the shops should display their names, the Hindu-Muslim agenda, they try to overplay it. Even this whole Nazul bill, the way the Yogi Adityanath government is conducting itself, in that speech where the chief minister said कि मठ में मुझे प्रतिष्ठा मिलेगी. That is one.
That was on law and order. That was not on the Nazul bill.
He said, I'm coming to that. For him to say that मुझे प्रतिष्ठा चाहिए तो मठ में चले जाऊंगा.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
He said इससे ज़्यादा प्रतिष्ठा तो मुझे मठ में
Exactly.
मिली.
कहाँ प्रतिष्ठा नहीं मिल रही है? कहाँ उनका अपमान हो रहा है? It is in BJP quarters that he is not
He was
getting the
responding
प्रतिष्ठा.
to the opposition.
But he was saying
अरे
that
आप
इससे
यहाँ से
ज़्यादा-
कुछ ले रहे हो, यहाँ से कुछ ले रहे हो, अपने
He-
हिसाब से जोड़
he
रहे
does not get the
हो. You have
respect.
become master of fake
अरे,
narrative.
He is saying that मुझे मठ में प्रतिष्ठा मिलेगी क्योंकि यहाँ प्रतिष्ठा नहीं मिल रही है. He is feeling the heat. And
वो
finally-
प्रतिष्ठा नहीं मिल रही है. You are adding that.
That's visible. Nobody see Nazul bill. Why did I say Nazul bill? On Nazul bill, I said what Anupriya Patel said. The bill was hijacked or in fact stalled by none other than the state president of BJP.
Not stalled.
And
He's saying they had a
He's
discussion. I
not
spoke.
saying that. No, they were absolutely clear they wanted it to be passed, but it is the state president of BJP who is stalling
Okay,
it.
I want to
difference
come
is
to the
out
next
there.
set of
One
questions.
line,
because
Rahul.
yes.
Nazul bill हमला है, नजला ही नहीं हो गया. I don't understand what is their problem.
Okay, the good thing is Indian politics is exciting, it's chaotic, and that's great for journalism. You know, that I have absolutely no quarrels with. But it's also, as Ajay Alok said, a challenge that the BJP needs to deal with because they haven't had to deal with this kind of mess in the last 10 years.